Shocking new GLP-1 study and findings that I was 100% wrong about. Oh my gosh, guys, welcome back to the channel for another video. I am here today to give you guys some new data on injection sites and the effectiveness of them and what the best one is to use. Now, yes, I know. I have been a broken record over the past 2 years talking about rotating your injection sites and my 6-week rotation schedule and all of the things that I've been telling you to do based on research that had been done at that time. Okay. However, when you know better, you do better. And so today I'm going to give you guys some updated guidance and some stuff that really just changed my whole mind on this, and it probably will you guys too. So let's go ahead and jump right on into it. But first, as always, if you're new here, my name is Brittany. I love to share my GLP-1 journey as well as personal experiences and all of the things. And I want to put a call out to you guys as well. I shared this on my free encouragement Facebook group, which is always linked below, and on the community tab here, but maybe not all of you saw it. Essentially, I want to start doing an interview series where I meet with you guys via Google Meet or Zoom, and we kind of record our conversation and you share your story of, childhood obesity and how you came to find GLP-1 medicines, and basically just your whole story to give a platform to those that might not have it, or to give a platform to those who have something important to share with this community. So if that sounds like you, if you are interested in doing that, please shoot me an email. My email is always down below, but it is britslovelylife@gmail.com. Don't make fun of me. It's been my email forever, and it just will continue to be, because why would I change everything when it works, So shoot me an email and we can set up a time to meet. Thank you to all of you that have reached out. I've gotten a great response so far, and I can't wait to start meeting with some of you guys. So I'm really excited about this, and I think that it will really benefit everybody in the GLP-1 community to hear more personal, real stories out of the mouth of the person, that is giving the story. So now that that's done, let's go ahead and jump right on into this injection site boom information. Okay, so very recently, there's been a few studies done based on what the best injection site is for weight loss and why one injection site may be more effective than a different one. And so Eli Lilly actually did a small study in regards to this. And I watched a video of a guy, he's an internal medicine doctor in Hollywood, Florida. I'm pretty sure. I will link the video and his channel below. He's got a lot of good advice there. But he did a study over 300 plus patients in individuals and kind of surveyed injection sites and all of that as well. And these are the results of those studies. Eli Lilly had basically the same findings that this doctor had. And so I think it's just so cool. Okay, so there are two main methods or explanations given to kind of relay the information in terms of why one site might be better than the other. The first one is explaining essentially how the medication takes effect in the body through the slow drip method. So think of it as a coffee pot, like a slow drip, traditional, not a Keurig, traditional coffee pot, and how when you're brewing your coffee, it slowly drips over 10-15 minutes to give you your full pot of coffee. GLP-1s are the same way. When you inject them into your body, think of it as a slow drip of the medicine being absorbed over the course of the week or the 5-day half-life or whatever, which gives you the option in these newer GLP-1 meds to inject once weekly because of this slow drip effect. So when you're thinking in terms of the slower drip effect, the slower the absorption does not necessarily equal the better the weight loss. I'm going to explain that a little bit more, but essentially you want an injection site that is going to have a pretty rapid absorption rate so that your body gets the medicine at a faster rate, but the medicine's still gonna, the half-life of the medicine is not going to change based on where you inject it. So you're still gonna get the same effect. Essentially what you're doing by switching injection sites is allowing your body to feel the medication and get the benefits of it faster through the rate of absorption per site. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. So there are 3 main injection sites that we use: the front of your thigh or the side of your thigh, your stomach, and the back of your arm. Astronomically, the stomach produced more rapid weight loss and more even, consistent weight loss than any of them. And there was a ranking, like best to worst. So your stomach was best, your thigh was next, and the back of your arm was last place. And I have seen that to be true with myself in terms of how I feel on the medicine. You guys have told me that the back of your arm is awful. A lot of people are just like, I injected the back of my arm and I feel nothing, and I feel like I wasted an injection. And now we know that's because, I mean, you didn't, but that's because it's not being... Y'all, Piper's right here, my lab. Oh, let's see if I can just turn it. And she's just like snoring, apparently. Anyway, she wanted to be with me this morning, so I let her come in here, but she's little snoring baby. Anyway, so the back of your arm has very uneven, inconsistent absorption rate based on the level of fat that is in there, and the level of fat cells and how they're made up and how they're condensed in that space is less than in your stomach and in your thigh, and therefore is a less consistent absorption rate of the medication. The thigh is sort of the middle ground, so it's a little bit better than the arm. There is more fat cells in a more, more of them, meaning they're more closely together, more condensed in the area. And so therefore translates into a better and more even, consistent absorption rate. And then your stomach is known to have the most sort of adipose tissue and the most condensed amount in that one spot. And so when you inject there, you get the most even absorption, the most consistent absorption of the medicine. So the way that I've heard this explained, based on the absorption rate, is think of it like a gas tank. So the gas tank analogy. So you know how you can go to one gas pump and it's really slow, right? Like it's taking forever. You're standing there for 10 minutes trying to fill your gas tank. That is the slow gas station is the back of your arm. The one that takes forever to get the effect of having your medication in your system, or to get the effect of having your gas tank full, right? The back of your arm's the slow gas station. The thigh is the one that's okay. Like this gas station's fine. If you're not in any huge hurry, you can go there and it'll get done way faster than the other one, right? Like it's fine. We'll go there. We're not going to boycott it because it's so slow. The belly is the one that you're like, yes, I have 3.2 seconds to get gas in this tank, and we are going to do it because it's going to be fast at this gas station. That is your stomach. And I thought that analogy was just so great. The gas station analogy, because it really puts it in ways that we can picture it, right? So the gas station analogy, your stomach is going to absorb the medicine the fastest in the most consistent rate for everybody. Now, with that comes a negative thing. And this is actually why I personally did not inject in my stomach for the whole first 8 months of my journey, which if you've been around that long, you know this, that I was a stomach boycotter. I was not about it. And the reason why is because when you have the faster injection or the faster absorption rate in your body, you are more likely to get side effects such as nausea and all of the bad ones, diarrhea, constipation, depending on which one you end up with. Because your body is absorbing it at such a higher rate, you're more likely to get the bad side effects. Now, I know this to be true for myself, and I know this to be true for everyone in my personal life that is taking this medication. Chris hates taking it in his stomach because he ends up with the headache and he gets stomach cramping. I don't necessarily get that. So I think he's more on the diarrhea side, whereas I was always on the constipation side, but he gets stomach cramping, he gets nausea. He just hates having it done in his stomach, but at the same time, he gets better appetite suppression in his stomach. My sister, both of them, when my one's pregnant now, so she's not on it, but both of my sisters, were previously on it. One of them still is. Same thing. I actually give my one sister her injections because she doesn't like doing it herself. And every time I suggest her stomach, she like boycotts it. Like, no, I get worse side effects there. And now all of this is making sense, right? Like, why have we been getting increased side effects in our stomach? Because your body is more efficiently and more quickly absorbing the medication. So while you may suffer through some more side effects in the short term, you're gonna have more consistent, more even, more rapid, better weight loss in your stomach versus the other ways. Now, if you're somebody that just absolutely cannot tolerate the side effects, your thigh is a good option. It's the middle of the road, you know, do your thing. You'll be going fine at that gas station's pumping your gas pretty well. I would not recommend the back of the arm now. And I, again, have been somebody who recommends site rotation consistently, always doing it every 6 weeks, rotating your sites. But if I'm being 100% honest, in my real me, I've only been rotating between my thigh and my stomach. I tell y'all to rotate all three, but I have not been doing that personally. Like, do as I say, not as I do, except now, don't do as I was saying before, do as I say now, right? Because we're learning that the back of your arm is just not as efficient. Now, I have seen people, obviously everybody is different. I have seen people who have good results in the back of their arm. If you're somebody who doesn't want the super fast weight loss and you don't care if it's a little bit slower and you want the most minimal side effects, you're gonna get that in the back of your arm. So you want no side effects, maybe go to the back of your arm. I have been known to say that when I inject in the back of my arm, I don't feel anything. So I don't get any side effects and I don't get much appetite suppression. Because okay, so this is another good way to look at it. If you inject in your stomach and you're getting absorbed at a fast rate, the fastest rate of any of the sites, then you're gonna get the most out of the maximum medicine before it starts to deplete in your body, right? If you inject in your arm, it's going to take longer to get the medicine into your body and into all of your to the places where it needs to go. And so by the time it reaches that, you don't have as much of the full life left to use. And when you look at it that way, it's like, it's almost like if I inject in the back of my arm, am I wasting 2-3 days every single week of weight loss potential, right? Whereas the people that are injecting in their stomach are getting those extra 2 or 3 days. So that translates into more weight loss, more consistency, all of the things. And when I started hearing about this over the past couple of days, I've told you guys that I've been into different podcasts and just researching more and listening instead of reading. I love to read, but I find that I'm able to listen more attentively if I put something on while I'm cleaning or whatever. And so I've been hearing a lot about this lately, a lot about injection sites and how different sites absorb at different rates. And that is why they actually do not recommend doing your buttocks, why that's not even an option, because the absorption rate would be so slow that you would get almost no benefit of it by the time the medicine reached where it needed to go. So I think when you're thinking of it that way, your stomach's going to win the race, right? If we're trying to think, who's going to win to the receptors fastest? So we have like a line, right? We're at a race. Who's going to get to the receptors first? It's going to be your stomach, and then your thigh's going to come in a nice close second, and then your arm's somewhere 2 miles back waiting and trying to get there. That's a great way to look at it. And I am so sorry that I was so wrong for so long and wasted so much of my own medication and maybe wasted a bunch of y'all's as well, and your money and my money and everybody's money. Like, hoy, I wish this research would have come out like 6 months to a year ago, because I wouldn't have recommended that 6-week rotation schedule with your arm included in it. So new updated schedule, do your arm and your thigh. All of the people still recommend rotating your sites, right? Like not injecting into the same site every single week, because the video that I'm going to link down below of the doctor in Florida is a really good, he explains this really well, but essentially you can have these little hard, knotty areas to develop if you put it in the same spot every single week. You're more likely to have these sort of like hard lumpy spots form, and it's altering, you know, if you're injecting, you're not supposed to inject like insulin or testosterone or anything into the same spot every time. You're altering like the makeup of the fatty tissue and the cells and all that in there by consistently injecting in the same spot. So when you switch it up, you give that spot a break and enough time to relax and wait until next time. So it's even effective if you think about your belly button. You're supposed to go 2 inches away from your belly button. Fun fact, learn that also, because there's more muscle. The closer you get to your belly button, there's less fat and more muscle. And so you're not as likely to get an even distribution. So 2 inches away from your belly button, if you think of it, use your belly button in the center and then a square. You could do 4 different injection sites 2 inches away, all the way around your belly button, and then rotate that way. So just go in a square every single week. And then you don't have to, if you don't want to do the other sites, you don't necessarily have to. As long as you're not injected in the same spot every week, it seems to be an effective way to do it. So I want to know what your thoughts are on this. I want to know if you have had the same experience as me injecting into the back of your arm. I quite literally was going to do the back of my arm today. I watched that video. I'd seen the Eli Lilly study, and then I watched that video or listened to it this morning in the car on the way to take my daughter to preschool. And I was like, oh, well, I guess I'm not doing that today. So glad I listened to you, doc, because it made sense. When he explained it, it made so much sense. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do my stomach. I did my thigh last week. We're going to do my stomach today. And we're going to start on that square rotation cycle. Let me know your thoughts on that down below. I am always interested in hearing what you guys think about things. If you think I'm wrong, tell me why you think I'm wrong. I'm not above that. You guys know. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I want to know your thoughts. Leave them down below. Let me know how you're moving your body today, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day, guys. Bye.